Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're embarking on an exploration into a really fascinating topic, one that's quickly moving from just theory to actual reality: agents and agentic AI. And this isn't just about getting familiar with another tech buzzword. It's really about recognizing what might be the next major evolution in artificial intelligence.
Exactly right. We're looking beyond, simple automation. We're talking about AI systems that are capable of autonomous decision making. These are systems that can genuinely augment human teams, reshape workflows in ways we're frankly just starting to fully understand.
So our mission for you today is to unpack what agentic AI truly means. How does it actually operate behind the scenes? And maybe most importantly, what are its profound implications for how you listening will work, learn, and maybe even live your life? Okay, so with that definition sort of laid out, let's zero in on what really sets agentic AI apart. How is it different from the AI we might be more used to, like basic automation or even the generative AI that writes text or makes images? What's that fundamental shift?
Well, the truly revolutionary part isn't just that these AIs automate tasks. That's not entirely new. It's that they can now learn from their own strategic failures. In complex multi-step processes, agentic AI, fundamentally, it's a shift from human-supervised automation towards systems that can plan, execute, and adapt without constant human handholding. So think of it less like just better automation and more like AI that can genuinely think strategically and crucially adapt to changing conditions in real time.
That adaptability sounds like the real core of it. Powerful stuff. So how is this actually showing up now? In the real world, do we have a good example of an AI agent truly operating with this kind of autonomy?
Oh, absolutely. We're seeing it emerge. Consider something like, say, Explain's AI sales workflow. This system, it operates pretty much autonomously, right from initial lead generation all the way through to closing a deal. It can automatically figure out target audiences, connect with prospects on LinkedIn, send really personalized emails, book meetings, and it even updates your CRM, your customer relationship management system, all with really minimal human intervention needed. Think about it. Traditional sales teams often spend, 60, maybe 70% of their time on exactly these kinds of admin tasks.
Wow. Okay. So these agentic systems, they basically handle the heavy lifting, the grunt work, as they say, and that frees up the human professionals for the higher value stuff, like building relationships. That sounds transformative for how teams could work, but how? How do these systems actually achieve that level of independent action and that continuous adaptation you mentioned? What's going on under the hood?
Yeah, it's definitely not just one thing. It's really an orchestration of multiple AI technologies working together. So while large language models, LLMs, provide that foundational understanding, agentic AI layers on these critical capabilities. We're talking about things like tool use, so they can interact with software and websites, much like a person would. Then there's API calling, which gives them direct control over other digital services. And maybe most importantly, crucial feedback loops. They're constantly learning and adjusting based on the results of their own actions. But perhaps the most significant breakthrough, the one really enabling this true autonomy, is in memory management.
Memory management. Okay.
Right. And this brings up a really important question. How do these AI systems, remember context over time in a way that's actually useful? That's where something like the Model Context Protocol, or MCP, comes into play. Think of it maybe as AI remembering what's inside its backpack. It's not just one long, linear transcript. Instead, it intelligently indexes and retrieves specific, relevant past experiences, preferences, information exactly when needed. This allows AI agents to maintain this persistent memory, user preferences, project history, context across weeks, even months. And that solves a really fundamental limitation of previous AI, that inability to maintain deep, long-term context and what you might call institutional knowledge.
That contextual memory.
Hmm.
It sounds incredibly powerful, almost like having a team member who perfectly remembers every project detail, right? What are some of the implications there? I mean, both good and maybe some potential challenges of an AI that truly remembers everything about a user or a project, building that continuity.
Well, yeah, the implications are huge. And what's really fascinating here is that they stretch far beyond just business productivity. We're seeing data now from 2025, actually, showing a significant shift in the top Gen AI use cases. Things like therapy companionship are now ranking first, and new top uses include things like organizing my life and even finding purpose. So it's moving into very personal realms.
Wait, so AI is evolving past being just a productivity tool into something that directly helps with our well-being, our personal development. That suggests a much, much deeper, more personal integration into our daily lives than maybe we first thought. Why do you think we're seeing that shift now towards these personal AI companions and organizers?
I think it's precisely because of these advancements we've been talking about, especially in memory and long-term context. As AI can genuinely remember you, your preferences, your goals, your history, and provide that personalized, continuous support, well, it naturally transitions, doesn't it? From just a simple utility like a calculator to more of a trusted, highly effective personal assistant. Or maybe even a companion. It moves beyond handling one off tasks to enabling these continuous evolving partnerships. Partnerships that can really help manage the complexity in our lives or offer truly tailored support.
So bringing this all together, what does it mean for us? We've really only scratched the surface today, haven't we? But it's clear that agentic AI is starting to reimagine how both organizations and, well, individuals can operate, learn, and perhaps even grow.
Absolutely. Remember, this isn't just about slightly better technology. It's fundamentally about AI becoming a true proactive partner. A partner in planning, in decision making, and in execution. The organizations and maybe even the individuals who master this transition, they will almost certainly define the competitive advantage in this emerging AI augmented economy.
So as you go about your day, maybe mull this over, here's a final provocative thought for you.
Yeah.
How will you start to think about integrating this kind of AI memory and autonomous capability into your own work or perhaps even your life? How could it help you build continuity and achieve those more complex long-term goals?
Hmm.
Something to consider.